Snake, have you seen the movie Them?
No.
It's about these giant ants that appear in the desert of New Mexico after a nuclear test. The army tries to fight them off with flamethrowers. The ants were so big that they filled up the entire screen. The whole movie theater was screaming.
An ant that big could make a good meal.
Yeah, well, if you find any, don't eat them.
Come on, they're not that bad for you.
If you end up growing huge like that, you won't have any place left to hide.
Just like a Gurlugon.
I tell you, gentlemen, science has agreed that unless something is done and done quickly, man, as the dominant species of life on Earth, will be extinct within a year.
Well, back again. Are you ready to watch Them?
Yes, I am. Although, it's a little strange, isn't it? Them. I mean, they've all got names like that, sort of like It Came From Outer Space, or The Thing. But with all of those, it at least tells you a little something about the monster. Like, The Thing, yeah, it's a weird, shape-shifting, amorphous creature. That's a thing. Thing that came from outer space? Yeah, that's, came from outer space. That tells you something. Them is about giant ants.
Oh, I see what you mean, so it doesn't clue you in exactly.
No, it's way too broad.
Well, Ants was already taken. There's that film with Woody Allen and Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, which it was yet to come out. I don't know if it was in development hell, and they only just got round to doing it, but that could be the reason. Yeah. But that was a good film.
It was a good film. I was kind of disappointed. I kind of want to watch that instead. But I'm keeping my spirits up, because with a title like that, I'm kind of hoping there's some artistic elements to it. Like, it's more than just a monster film. There's something to ponder about.
Like, there's something so quintessential about it, so core to the human experience, but it's not the beast, it's not the giant bugs, it's them. And we all know who they are.
But we don't. I mean, if you just use the title to glean your own assumptions, I would say it was a sequel to The Thing, but there's more of them. Them. That only makes sense.
So, it's either the thing I said or the exact opposite of that.
Yeah. I mean, that just goes to show how not in tune we are.
Yes. Well, I guess it's time to find out for realsies.
For absolute real Zords.
Hell yeah. I suppose first I'd like to start with a bit of an apology. There are a lot of ants in this film, and I suppose one of the things you could say about ants is there's usually a lot of them, so maybe it was fair to call the film Them.
Absolutely. There weren't so many of them, but...
Not in a single shot, I suppose.
I mean, I gotta say, I never go into a new movie, a new old movie, with much...
You don't expect...
I don't have any reservations. Like, I just go into it, I just want to watch it, like, as if I am watching it in the cinema, which we are.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I was expecting, because it wasn't too long ago we watched a similar film involving a spider being superimposed onto the screen, the big silver screen.
Yes.
And that looked good, because it was one spider, and it was towering over everything really good. But with this film being called Them, and knowing there would be more of them on screen, I was fearful that they would clutter up the screen with live action footage of ants just sort of doing their thing, and it wouldn't look very good at all. I mean, it's one thing to have a tarantula move creepily and,
And a real tarantula.
That can translate quite well to the movie screen. But ants, they're not very good actors. Famously, they are not very good.
No.
But thankfully, there weren't any effects like that. It was all practical. I think there was only one special effect, if you can even call it special, in the whole film, and that was when they had I think it was the mayor of Los Angeles delivering a public service announcement.
Oh yeah, and they superimposed him into the TV.
Yeah, that looked a little strange, but apart from that, the whole film was like, I mean, I love practical effects.
And they were appealing, weren't they?
They were, yeah. Actually, I got a little bit freaked out when we first saw it. When we first saw that ant come over the mound.
It's not clear what it is at first, is it?
Well, I see it and I know it's going to be the ant, but I didn't realise it was going to be so, because they're quite hairy. And, I mean, ants are hairy. They have little fibres, but they're quite, like, sparse and there's like an old man's head or
Yeah.
something. But these ones were really furry.
What's funny about that bit, it's kind of a jump scare for the woman, but it's also kind of a jump scare for the ant, because it's like looking around and it goes, ooh!
A woman! I haven't properly made myself. Oh.
One other thing about them being called them, the film kind of sells it, even though it shouldn't really work, because there are two characters in it. Have you ever seen Aliens?
Oh, yeah, I know what you're going to talk about.
There's like a little girl who's been traumatized.
Yeah.
And she's kind of split into two characters in this. There's the guy in the psycho ward who says, oh, they mostly come at night.
Yeah, they actually said that in this film.
Yeah. And there's also the little girl who is, mute. Because she's got hysterical muteness or whatever. They have a word for it in this.
Phonophobia or
Something like that, yeah.
It's phone something.
But they use a bit of acid to sort of get her out of her funk. And she just starts screaming, them! And it doesn't really make sense that that's the word she'd fixate on to describe them. But the kid really sells it. She seems like she's really freaking the hell out.
Yeah, she's a good little actress.
And even her cry, she sounds a bit... I don't know if they added this, but did you think she cried a bit like a baby?
Yeah, it's almost like she did regress into a very, infant state, because, I don't know, that might happen to a full-grown person if they see a bunch of ants slaughtering their family. But, talking about that scene, when she screams at them, she really did sell it, but I feel like that scene in particular was made specifically for a trailer.
Yeah.
Because how often are people saying them in the film? I mean, they say it a few times.
Yeah, and they really
but not
try...
as dramatic as that.
Not as dramatic, but they do try to put emphasis on it. It's like, it's them, all right.
Yeah, it's them, all right. And they just look at each other like, God damn it, Jerry, shut the fuck up.
One thing that seemed a little weird to me is at the beginning, other than, a lot of the environment has been scuffed up, it's not very obvious that this is a monster attack. In fact, some of the ways people have died, it looks like they've used... a guy picks up a gun, and I was like, did the ants use a gun to kill him? And then there's another guy who's been stabbed and, fallen down the cellar. But then there's, ironically, the thing that tips us off is, they stole a bunch of sugar. Why would they want the sugar?
But it's funny, I did see your reaction to the gun, and I thought, there's no way you actually think that the ants could... Because for a time, because they broke out of the caravan. But that doesn't seem to make any sense, because what that was sort of saying to me is that it was beyond just ants, because what it was in the end is that they were exposed to radiation, and that's what made them so big.
Yeah.
But what that may have suggested is that people were exposed to radiation, and they became ants. And then, I don't know, they were using guns for a bit, and then they thought, forget that, we've got these massive mandibles, let's use them instead.
Yeah.
Speaking of mandibles, the main FBI guy, he had quite the mandible, quite the large chin.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's really noteworthy, but I made a note of it.
Yeah. I sort of watch these films and I think, what's Hideo sort of taken from these in particular? And there's two things that really jump out at me. One is the flamethrowers they use, which I know is just a flamethrower, but I'm pretty sure it's the same one the Fury uses.
Yeah, I don't remember. I mean, I remember what it looked like in the Metal Gear Online trailer.
Yeah.
And if that's the same model, which it probably is, then yeah, it is the same one.
If nothing else, I think the guards use it and they have similar masks.
Oh, yeah.
But the other thing, exposition. The exposition in this reminded me so much of Metal Gear, because they go so in depth to it and add lots of trivia. And the thing about the scientists in this, maybe not the daughter so much, but especially the guy, he doesn't seem that perturbed. He's not very flappable, is he? There's quite a few actors in this who aren't that emotional. He just sounds like he's reading stuff off a list. There's a bit in the film where he does a presentation, stock footage, again, that's very Metal Gear. They're, talking about the ants. And this actually sounds more like he's doing a documentary for kids.
Here's my theory about that. I don't think that guy's an actor.
No.
I think he is a specialist on ants. When he is talking about the ants, it seems like he's acting, but I think he's just genuinely really interested in ants, and that's why it comes across as he's really invested.
Yeah, it's either that, or he is someone who does voiceover for documentaries, because it's look, here comes the ant now. It's lost one of its wings.
Well, you can acquire that attribute, you can be good at public speaking.
Yeah.
From doing presentations and such, and if he is indeed a specialist, chances are he's done a lot of public speaking and he's done a lot of presentations.
Yeah. And there's also a couple of bits where it seems like he's losing his train of thought. It's did you know that they can go this deep and blah? And he sort of trails off and they go, So what do you think? He goes, Oh, I don't know.
Well, yeah, I think like the theory really shines through when he's interacting with other actors. Because he's not interacting the same way other actors interact with other actors.
No.
He's talking to them like they're just people. For example, the FBI fella, he's saying, "How's it going, champ?" or whatever he says. And he goes, "Okay, you don't have to shout." And I was like, well, he's not shouting, he's acting. I think that generally was like a response to the way he was speaking to him.
Yeah.
And it happened later on in the film as well, when he was trying to talk to his daughter over the radio. And he was saying, you have to say over. It's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, that's not even acting. That's a real thing that happened behind the scenes, and just added it for flavour.
And the director's like, just say over for him. It's like, oh, you're happy now, are you?
Yeah, that was a very genuine response as well.
There's another couple of things. There's a lot of people, so he'll explain something, and then they'll, like Solid Snake, they'll ask a question, just like a noun with a question mark, like, burrowing? Like, yes, they burrow underground and do this and that. And also... Oh, goddamn, what was it?
Oh, was it the subversion thing that he did? When he saw what he thought was an anthill, and he was like, look! Oh, no, that wasn't it.
No, but that was weird. It's like they cut away, like they've just noticed something dramatic, and then they go, oh, no, sorry. It's like...
It's like he had an earpiece, and the director was like, no, that's not your line yet. He goes, oh, never mind, it wasn't what I thought it was.
It's like in Garth Marenghi, where he's on the phone and goes, I've got something to tell you. Sorry, I thought you were going to talk.
Yeah.
Oh, and this isn't so much a Metal Gear thing, but this is a pretty common trope in these types of movies where you have a scientist person to explain the technobabble, but then you'll have like a layman guy to sort of reinterpret it. So it'll be like, don't you see, they use thermal imaging to create images in the head. It's like, you telling me these sons of bitches can see heat? And in this, it's like, they use their antennae to so-and-so and communicate. It's like, communicate? Are you telling me they can send each other messages?
Yeah, that is just like a Solid Snake thing to say.
The second floor basement. I have to go all the way back there.
Don't have to shout. Don't shout.
Okay.
There was one line that was a little bit strange from the scientist fella. It's when they were first going to venture into the first ant mound, and his daughter decides she wants to join him. And he's totally okay with it.
Yeah.
And he even says, the scientist in me, it calls to have her join you. And I was like, okay, well, I guess you're a scientist before you're a father.
Well, I suppose that shows he respects it. I mean, that's sort of like a classic Hollywood girl power moment where it's like, no, you can't come with us. It's like, I insist on coming with you, and that's that. That's another Kojima thing, you know, a hot lady scientist.
What, just the presence of a hot lady scientist?
Yeah.
I guess so, yeah.
Apparently, Yoji Shinkawa, I think, even said, I try to draw women that Kojima likes, and I know he likes the lady scientist types.
Don't blame him. There's a couple things that this film reminded me of. I mean, one of the biggest one, Fallout 3. You've played some of that.
I think I have finished it. I just don't remember it very well.
Well, you know that features big radioactive ants.
Yeah.
There's a quest line where you have to save this kid from the ants, and the quest itself is called Those.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So it's direct reference. And it has a scientist fellow who's like, he's obsessed with like you not killing the ants. But not as bad as the scientist is in this film. I mean, he wants to observe him a little bit, then you can torture him to pieces.
Yeah, he's only waiting so that we know we can kill him good and proper.
Yeah. He's still got a good head on his shoulders. But the scientist in Fallout 3, he's just like, no, you must keep them alive. The queen, she is my queen. I was honestly thinking at some point in this film, because when I first saw the little girl walking in the desert, I was thinking, is she like a drone now? Because,
yeah, like she's been taken over.
Well, because I was thinking that it reminded me of the King of the Hill episode where Bobby turns into a drone for one of the ants. Do you remember that episode?
Bobby turns into a drone for the ant?
Yeah. He's just hanging out with the ants, and he gets, like, the pheromones from the queen. And he starts, like, going into the kitchen, taking mouthfuls of sugar and just, like, pouring and just drooling them out into the little terrarium that he's made.
That doesn't sound as familiar as it sounds like it should sound.
At the end of the episode, he gets ants all over him. And these are fire ants, by the way.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, the ones in...
Oh, does he think they're accepting him, but then they start biting him and the spell is broken?
Well, the spell's broken when he starts freaking out because they're all crawling all over his eyes and body and stuff.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Good God, Bobby, what? Don't move!" And then like Dale comes along and he goes, "Take my hand, Bobby. They'll swarm onto me. How do you know? They've been waiting for this for years because he's the exterminator."
Yeah.
And then he just vibrates and goes, "Ow," and falls down. The other reference that I personally made, as a personal reference of mine, is to the sound they were making. Even though it's just the sound of crickets in the nighttime, that's obviously what the sound is. But it definitely reminded me of the sirens from Red Dwarf.
Yeah, it's the same sort of thing. I thought it was a bit more annoying, to be honest. It was a bit too screechy. It sounded like a cross between squeaky wheels and like someone rubbing a wet plate.
Well, it's obviously a stock sound effect. And it's a bunch of crickets, right? But often when we hear it in the movie, it's only one ant making the noise.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, maybe it's just because I recognise it as what it actually is, but it is, yeah, it is a bit annoying in that sense. One ant making all that racket. Just shut up! Burn them to death.
In terms of fighting the ants, because what's interesting is that at first they do seem just like an animal, but then they're quite, they really big them up of saying like, oh, you think humans commit atrocities? The ants, they're fucked up, man. They'll take prisoners, like they have prisoners of war, and they'll just like destroy everything in their path.
All true, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, the most messed up thing I saw was they captured something, I think like a sausage fly or a wasp or something, tore its wings off, and then carried it back to the nest alive so that they could keep it warm. So that's like in a zombie film where you was it The Walking Dead? They kept someone alive so they could keep cutting fresh bits of meat off him.
Oh, that's in the game.
Yeah.
He wasn't a zombie, though. They kept giving him morphine so he wouldn't die, but they were taking bits off him so he could feed the family.
It's people!
Yeah. Little crunchy, right, Clementine? Oh, crap.
But, yeah, there's, like, lots of bits where they're attacking people and, like, crashing into buildings and stuff. That's really cool.
Yeah. When
they go down into the sewers and they got all those jeeps. And, it goes on a bit long, but there's some really dramatic music and, like, the way the lights are blaring down the tunnels looks really cool. And then they're just lighting... The main guy who's saving these two kids, he's just lighting them all on fire. And it just looks really good in black and white.
That was a really thrilling bit, actually. I was actually on the edge of my seat.
But there's this one kid in the scene that he's trying to rescue him from them.
Oh, yeah.
And he's not responding at all. He just looks like he's just sitting around.
No, it's kind of like the girl at the beginning of the film, but, I think she played it a lot better.
Yeah, she's clearly, like, traumatized. She's dealing with something. Whereas this little kid, he's just looking around like, all right, when is this going to be over?
Yeah, you just think, you know what? Just let it happen. I mean, my mom took away my PlayStation last night, so I don't really have a reason to live anymore. Whereas his little brother, he was really selling it. He was, like, in tears. And he's like, this is it! This is finally it!
There's such a big disparity.
What I like about the structure of the whole thing is it started off as, like, a mystery. Then I knew what was going on, and then it was like a massive goose chase, and I was starting to lose interest until they were talking to all the psychiatric patients.
Yeah.
And they're all colourful characters, aren't they?
Very, very. That was like a cartoon.
Yeah, and then it was pretty much all-out war. Against the ants, and I thought, this movie's awesome.
Yeah, it's almost like a mix of the last two films we saw, because I wrote down even here, oh, they got a big board. What does this flag mean? Oh, that flag's where the ants are.
I was getting a lot of LA Noire vibes from, particularly, I know the cop fellow who ends up dying, sacrificing himself, which was quite sad actually.
I wanted him to pull through because he had like one of the best action sequences.
Yeah, definitely, but I think that's good writing in the end because you are rooting for this fella. And when he ultimately meets his demise, it's like, hits you hard.
Yeah.
Because he was just a cop at the beginning of the film. Just like in LA Noire, he was just a cop. And then he becomes a detective. And you see this, Ben is his name, I think. He's out, trying to figure out where the second ant nest is. And he's wearing like nice detective clothes. And I was like, wow, he's really like, he's making something of himself. He was just a cop, bit of a, go-getter. He had a few one-liners.
Was he the one who said... No, this wasn't him, was it? That was the FBI guy. Who, one of the guys in the psych ward asked, can you put a good word in for me? And they said, keep him under lock and key because we don't want to spread a panic. Oh, yeah. Even though they did a public announcement later.
Yeah.
But he says, we'll let you know when he's feeling better.
No, I think that was the FBI guy.
Yeah.
But no, he said... I remember one line he said. Oh, no, I've forgotten it again. I can't believe that. Oh no, that was it. When they went to investigate the sugar that had been stolen from that trailer.
Like the guy's like,
the guy
why are you guys so interested in this?
Why is an FBI guy here? I mean, is there something I should know? Oh, he's got a sweet tooth. And I was like, you fucking son of a bitch. That's all you can tell me? That's obviously a lie.
There's a lot of quite funny lines in this. Like, there's one that really stuck out to me. There was when we were in the psych ward, and the guy who tells him that he's been seeing the ants for like the past 5 months. And then the guy, he's like kicking up a ruckus, singing a song like, oh, let me join the army, so. And the guy next to him rolls over and goes, come on, man, my nerves.
Yeah, and it just holds on his face for a good 5 seconds.
Yeah. And then he, to his credit, he does calm down.
The other fella in Texas they went to see in his psychiatric ward, he was extremely well-mannered to the point where he said pants.
Yeah.
And he apologized to the woman for saying it.
Yeah, he's like, oh, it scared me out of my pants. No offense.
And poor guy, like you said before, they made sure that he stayed in there, even though they knew he wasn't nuts. Even though the doctor said, oh, yeah, we're going to send him home soon. I was like, no, don't do that. He's fucking crazy.
Which is funny as well, because he's not even acting that manic. Like you say, he's very mild-mannered. It's like, oh, people say I'm crazy. I'm telling you I'm not crazy.
Yep.
And the other line that really made me laugh is that there's some correspondence between the FBI and the local police. It says, we don't need you to play footsie with us. In fact, we resent it.
Yeah.
It's funny, because for a lot of this film, I wasn't thinking I was liking it that much, but I guess if you just have a strong ending, it really does tie everything together.
Yeah, and like I said, I do appreciate the structure of it, because there is the mystery at the beginning. I mean, we knew it was about ants.
Yeah.
But, you don't actually know it's about ants until a good... 20-30 minutes into the film?
No, I guess the first clue we maybe get is the footprint, but it doesn't really look like an ant's footprint.
Yeah. I mean, I thought that would just be a little dot. Even if it is a big ant, it'll just be a dot. But it'll look more like like a dinosaur footprint or something like that. Oh, and the sugar. That's the other hint. Who else likes sugar? Bunch of kids.
Oh, there's one bit in it where they're questioning a woman. Is it the same woman who loses her kids?
Yes.
And she's quite a good actor, but she's having to cram so many words in just, like, such a short amount of time. Like, if she was just going, oh, I didn't see them, I miss them, but she's like saying, oh yes, I went the other way and they had such good times and it was so lovely to see them so happy.
It's almost like she had like a red dot trained on her. It's like, you gotta say it in this amount of time, otherwise it'll blow your fucking brains out, you dumb broad. I don't know, it was the 50s. Was it the 50s? It took place in the 50s, but when was it made?
It was the 50s, yeah.
Okay.
Because they mentioned the Cold War at one point. This is another line that Metal Gear sort of lifted in a way, where it says, is the Cold War becoming a hot one? Which, I don't know if that was just a common thing to say, because it's like, pretty obvious wordplay. He's going to turn the Cold War into a scorching hot one.
Yes. The whole thing about them only being able to expose themselves in the nighttime.
Yeah.
It's strange, because the only nests they ended up finding were in hotter climates of America. Yeah. So I'm just thinking, maybe if they flew northwards, they'd probably have an easier time taking over the whole world.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's much colder that direction.
I guess it's a long way to go. And if they're based in America, you're saying they should have gone to Canada?
Yeah, maybe.
A lot of Wilhelm screams in this.
There sure are.
Like, I counted at least 3.
I counted about 3, yeah.
And, I don't know why. There's a bit where they're bombing him for the first time. And
they're whatting him?
Bombing!
Oh, alright.
And the two guys are taking turns firing the missile launcher, which I just think that's funny. It's like, okay, my turn.
Yeah, and at the very end of the film, nobody's taking turns. We're all just going all out with explosions until the scientist comes on and goes, stop exploding!
I need to see! But, he gets down there, and I was thinking, is this film over yet? Because it seems like they're still in, like, the throes of, like, the last action sequence, but he just gets down there, says, okay, burn them all, and then he like, tries his best to put a button on everything, doesn't he? It's like, well, we got rid of the ants now, but we've used the atomic weapons, and God knows what's coming next.
Yeah, he might as well have just said, well, that's the end of the movie. We hope you enjoyed.
And I hope you all have a good think about the dangers of nuclear energy. We could get a Godzilla. I
think the Doc needs to check himself into the psychiatric ward.
The rest of them. In fact, I think this was 1954. Godzilla was 1954, right? first it was the ants, then Godzilla.
Are you saying it's all one big conspiracy?
Yes, a big kaiju verse. It was on the pulse of all humanity at the time.
Yes.
Just the anxieties around nuclear destruction.
And all these filmmakers thought they could profit from the fear of nuclear war.
Well, there is.
And they were right.
They declare martial law at the end, don't they? Which, did they really have to do? I mean, just set a curfew.
Well, that is essentially what he did. I don't know, just simply setting a curfew is like, delinquents are going to go out in the nighttime, if you say that. But if you impose martial law, then that lets the people know that, okay, it's a bit more serious than just, oh, we don't want you going out and playing at night.
I suppose so.
You might get diddled.
And maybe it does make it feel more like a war. But yeah, it's a pretty cool film. Like I say, it wasn't until the end where I sort of went, all right, yeah, this is pretty sweet.
I enjoyed the mystery, and I actually, when he was delivering the presentation, I've noted down, it seems like a documentary, because he was pretty factual about nearly every line he delivered gave you some sort of ant fact. And I thought, well, this is basically just a documentary teaching you about ants, mixed with a thriller.
Yeah. Well, I suppose we should look to the future now. Oh, I know what we're watching next. For once, I actually know what we're watching next.
Excellent. Pray tell.
It's Jason and the Argonauts. Another film I have actually seen.
Wow. I've always wanted to see this because I've seen clips and I love the stop motion skeletons.
Yeah.
I just want to see that.
It's well, I won't say anything, but yeah, it's a pretty interesting film. So see you guys.
Oh, hang on a minute. Can I just close on something?
Yeah, sure.
I just want to close on a little quote. Them mostly come out at night. Mostly. See them?
Yeah, I see what you're doing.
Pretty good.
Very good, very good.
I am epic.